Hello, it's Emma Jo here from Lavinia Stamps, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a rather lovely pair of earrings to match a brooch. Now the brooch we've already made, but the earrings are a little bit of fun to match it. We're going to be using shrink plastic again and the tall leaf mask with a slight twist. Let me show you. We're going to do exactly as we did in the brooch before, which was draw around the tall leaf mask. So I'm just going to draw around the mask. And cut it out. And then I'm going to shrink it. I haven't done anything to it, and I'm just going to shrink it. Why? Watch this space. Now remember, with shrinking things, you just don't interfere. It's actually easier to shrink smaller things than it is larger, because larger tend to fold in on themselves. And that causes panic. I know. Right, just give it a quick blast on the back, on the shinier side. And flick it over. And I'm going to press it down, because in this instance I want a flat shape. This is your master for your earrings. Is using this master, draw around it, leaving a bit of space at the top here. And again, because 2 earrings please, I'm after a pair. Okay. And then, taking any Posca pen you like, draw around the end. Just place it at the end of your leaf mask, the end of the stem, and just do a little circle in the middle. That's your guide for where to punch the hole for the earring finding. Okay? And a Posca pen end is just the perfect size to get a good hanging from it. Let's just cut these out so we can work on them. Right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my handheld hole punch. So if you line up the circle that you made with the hole at the bottom of the punch, and just hook your nails and pop that off the end. There you go. Super. Just the job. There we go. And now we're ready to colour. Right. Much the same way as we did before, we're going to use Pan Pastels. And for this we've got titanium white, Hansa yellow and bright yellow green. Fabulous. So, taking some white, we'll put it right in the centre. Give it a basic coat. Right down the middle. Apply it with your fingers liberally. Then take your bright yellow green and apply it to the top edge of the leaf. Now because they're earrings, I try to make sure to mirror whatever I'm doing. So on that one, because it's the top edge of the leaf, on the other side, I want it on the bottom. Just makes sense in my little head. Okay, so that's our bright yellow green, and now the next one is Hansa yellow. Again, apply liberally with a finger. There we go. Now, what we're going to need to do is take that colour off. Not because it's wrong, just because with shrink plastic, you need to do that so that it's a stain rather than solid colour sitting on the top. Because anything sitting on the top, I'm afraid, will intensify, look muddy, and really not be the effect you're after. So take some trusty paper towel and just give it a bit of a scrub. There we go. So we now have 2 yellowy looking leaves. But what we are going to do is take a black Posca pen and just colour around the top of this hanger, roughly. Then take your trusty finger and give it a bit of a smudge. And that will stop that end from looking like plastic once you've shrunk it. Which of course is the aim. To make earrings that look anything but plastic. So now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So we're using Botanical Blossoms stamp and the Archival Ink Jet Black. You can use any Archival ink colour that you want, but Jet Black seems to be the go-to at the moment, so we'll go with that. So I'm just inking up my stamp, and because it's a smaller shape, you won't need as much of it on here. Just a little dash, okay? And just double check there's ink in the same places. I would go to the ends for this because they have more of a curve. Super. There we go, and maybe a little bit at the bottom, like that. Now, to stop myself from feeling quite so restricted, I always think every leaf in nature is completely individual. So with that in mind, I don't have to stress about getting it exactly perfect. So we're just going to add some more pattern on the other leaf. Little bit at the bottom. A bit on one side. And some on the other. A little bit more here, just because I want it to balance. There we go. Super. And that's the stamping bit done. So now, Stickles time. So we're taking Christmas red and just following the dots that we've got. I mean, you can always add a little bit more, but these dots are already there, so follow them. If you don't want to add any more, that's absolutely your prerogative. You can, of course, add any extra dots you want. Keeping it in the middle is best, or as far away from the edges as we can. Super. Let's now add some silver, because these are like little diamonds when they shrink. So we'll have a couple of those, please. Thank you. There we go. And now it's time to shrink them. So let's make the magic happen. Okay, so just pop your holdy thingy, because somebody christened it a holdy thingy. We'll go with that. Let's just hold your holdy thingy into the loop at the top of the earring and start shrinking with your Ranger heat tool. And remember, don't interfere, trust the process. It's like that red fortune-telling fish we used to get in crackers. That's what I always think anyway. And no two shrink plastic projects, even if they're 2 earrings, they won't shrink the same. They're like little individuals. Oh, it's lovely. Come on, my little friend. So he's on his back now with the shiny side up. This is the side we didn't work on. And flip it over. There we go. Super. Give it a splat. Technical term for flatten the shrink plastic. There we go. One earring. Not quite finished, but close. Let's shrink the other one and see what that one does. Other way round. And splat. Let's add some bling. Using our Zig two-way glue pen, we're going to just do the edges. Now the brooch I've got in mind to wear this with has ice blue and gold Fab Foil on the edges, so we might go along with that idea. So I'm just going to give that Zig two-way glue pen a bit of a blast. I've just popped it along the edge of the leaf. Not too long, but long enough for it to go tacky, like the back of a postage stamp. And you can pick it up with your finger. So let's find, you only need a little bit to do these, so let's just go with some ice blue along that edge. And at the tip, some gold. So these are Fab Foils that are rather delicious colours. So let's go again. Again, heat it up. Until that glue goes tacky and it lifts with your finger. Just a little bit of gold at the top and a little bit of blue and there. Let's try the same on the other one. So you run your Zig two-way glue pen down the edge, heat it up until it goes tacky. Pick it up with your finger to know that it's ready. Add gold at the bottom and some ice blue for the rest of the edge. Okay, a bit of blue at the bottom here, and then gold for the rest of the edge. I love these Fab Foils. They really lift any plastic creation to make it look rather stunning, I think. Now I'm not going to add any veins to the leaf because they'll get lost. They really will get lost. I mean, you don't really see them apart from the occasional bit of sparkle. But I am going to add some more sparkle. Hurrah! So let's go. What shall we use? Let's use this Pabeo Miction Relief. It's a relief glue. So when it dries, anything that you put on top of it will just be a little bit closer to you because it's relief. It's raised. So I'm just going to apply it. This has got a lovely nozzle. Oops, my head might be in the way. It's got a lovely nozzle that allows you to do tiny little dots, which is what we're going to do along the edges of the Botanical Blossoms stamp. There we go. And we're going to apply some turquoise. So I'm just going to heat it up because I am an impatient crafter. Remember that as soon as you see a bubble on there of the glue burst, that is the time to stop. There we go. So I'm going to go with the new turquoise colour, and I'm just going to take a little bit of it off the roll. Otherwise I end up like an Andrex puppy with a whole load going everywhere. You'll know it's ready because the glue will be transparent. So let's have a go with this, shall we? You see that little bit of blue bling? It's really a beautifully rich colour. Let's see if we can do this over here as well. Little touches of blue, stunning. Little tiny touches of blue. Right, so what do we do with them now? Well, this is the delightfully easy bit. So I have purchased off Amazon some what they call drinks markers hoops, but they have wonderful earrings and you can get them in many colours. So I've got silver ones. You can get gold, you can get hypoallergenic that are rainbow, and I think these are hypoallergenic. Let me just show you. So they are hoops of many colours. Rather lovely. So I'm going to show you what I do to make that. So all I'm going to do, let's pop that one back in my ear. I'm going to pop a bell in front of that. It finishes it off beautifully. And you can buy these from any online retailer. I've gone for a pale blue pair, and I'm just going to pop my leaf on first, and then the bell, and that, my friends, is your earring. How super is that? Absolutely easy as pie. A pair of lovely earrings that match perfectly with the brooch that we made before. Super. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and I hope that you're going to have a go, because shrinking plastic is great fun. Great fun. Anyway, you take care. See you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.